On August 11th, a Chinese official named Lai Xiaomin appeared in court and was the subject of intense scrutiny by ordinary Chinese citizens and officials. The official stood out in two ways. First, he was accused of illegally accepting wealth and property totaling 1.788 billion RMB, breaking a record for corruption by a Chinese official. Second, he was accused of bigamy and having two illegitimate children. Lai was investigated in April 2018, after which mainland media reported that Lai had as many as 100 mistresses, which greatly increased public interest in the case. For some officials, the news is a stern warning from Xi Jinping, who knows better than the general public the real reason for Lai's trial. Previously, the Chinese media, including China's Caixin website, circulated rumors that Lai had solicited more than 100 homes for his associates, which he distributed to his wife and mistresses. His company had many training courses outside the United States and Europe, but those were actually, quote, vacations and trips for his mistresses and relations. Because he had so many mistresses, Lai used numbers to keep a private record of his mistresses, and some female stars in the Chinese entertainment industry were said to be involved in the Lai scandal. Caixin also recently reported that case officers found RMB and foreign cash totaling 270 million RMB, or 39 million USD, and weighing 3 tons in several of Lai's properties. Before this, another official hid 230 million RMB in cash in his home, and 4 cash-counting machines allegedly broke down while inspectors were trying to count all the money. With 270 million RMB, Lai has set a new record. According to the court announcement, Lai took bribes and embezzled nearly 1.8 billion RMB, equivalent to 259.6 million USD, meaning he was practically able to receive nearly 500,000 RMB a day over the past decade. After the court hearing on August 11th, the court adjourned the trial and the case was scheduled for sentencing. Judging from internet feedback, few Chinese find the figures alarming, as the amount of corruption of corrupt officials has always been a mystery. Generally speaking, the more senior the official, the smaller the figures released and the less realistic they are. For example, Chinese officials say that one of China's most senior officials, Zhou Yongkang, former secretary of the Communist Party of China's Political and Legal Committee, is suspected of corruption amounting to 130 million RMB, with governmental losses of more than 1.486 billion RMB due to abuse of power. But according to Reuters, Zhou's family is suspected of corruption amounting to nearly 100 billion RMB, or 14.4 billion USD. But the official announcement for Lai states that he had a record-breaking corruption of 1.8 billion plus RMB, which is actually a declaration of Lai's fate. A political commentator said that Lai may be sentenced to immediate execution or at least death without a reprieve. This is the harshest punishment for officials. Then, what was the reason for Lai's punishment? On August 12th, in our video titled Xi Jinping's True Worry, Party Internal Struggles, we introduced the 3 major factions of the Chinese Communist Party: Xi Jinping, Li Keqiang, and Jiang Zemin and Zheng Qinghong. For Xi, his most dangerous rivals are Jiang Zemin and Zheng Qinghong. The struggle between Xi and Li Keqiang is a struggle for greater power, but the struggle between Xi and Jiang and Zheng is a struggle between life and death. Jiang Zemin, the former top leader of the Communist Party, and Zheng Qinghong, his right-hand man, effectively held power for 23 years, and their influence among officials exists to this day. Zheng and Lai Xiaomin were both born in Jiangxi province. In China, being born and raised in the same region can also develop into a special relationship. In 1983, at the age of 21, Lai graduated with honors and was selected by the People's Bank of China to work in the Department of Planning and Capital, where he began his career. After 20 years at the People's Bank of China, Lai moved to the field of banking supervision and in 2009 was transferred to an asset management company, China Huarong, which is the largest of China's 4 major asset management companies and is funded by China's Ministry of Finance. Lai became the top leader of this company and gathered all the licenses in the financial industry, such as banking, securities, trusts, financial leasing, futures, consumer finance, and property purchase. The company's net assets expanded from 15.6 billion RMB in 2009 to 182.6 billion RMB in 2017. In 2012, he was voted as one of the top 10 financial figures of China 2012. The company has an internal staff called 36 Bureau, because 36 is the first two digits of the Jiangxi province resident ID card number, which means that many of the company's key members are from Jiangxi province. Several top Jiangxi officials in the Communist Party are believed to be part of the Jiangzheng clique, in which Lai has close ties to. Lai is known for helping these executives transfer benefits in the financial sector. According to mainland official media reports, in 2018, Lai was taken away along with the chairman of the board of directors of a Hong Kong-listed company. This company has one of the largest subsidiaries, where 70% of which is owned by a Chinese property developer. The property developer was founded in 1996 by Zheng Baobao, the niece of Zheng Qinghong. In addition, Lai, who controls Huarong, made a surprise purchase of a Hong Kong stock in October 2014. At the time, Chinese financial reports said that this Hong Kong stock, a brokerage firm that had been losing money for years, was being acquired by China's largest asset manager. This Hong Kong stock is owned by the extremely powerful Zhang family in Hong Kong, and one of the members of the Zhang family is the current chairman of the Hong Kong New Territories Chamber of Commerce. Zheng Qinghong has placed many of his forces in Hong Kong, and the Zhang family is one of them. An obvious example is a group in Hong Kong called the Hong Kong Youth Care Association Limited, whose leaders are all from the New Territories Chamber of Commerce, which is controlled by the Zhang family. When a spiritual group called Falun Gong appeared on the streets of Hong Kong, the Youth Care Association would also appear to create trouble. In 1999, the Jiang regime began a massive campaign to suppress Falun Gong. He promoted officials and selected his successors based on whether they would persecute Falun Gong practitioners as harshly as he did. Bo Xilai, a second-generation member of the Communist Party's top elite, was considered a fifth-generation leader at the most important meeting of the Communist Party in 2002, competing with Xi Jinping and Li Keqiang. In order to become the supreme leader, Bo loyally followed Jiang and Zheng's orders. In fact, before 2012, almost everyone thought Bo would succeed and that Xi Jinping did not have much of a chance. But in 2012, Bo's key aide, Wang Lijun, escaped into the U.S. Consulate General in Chengdu, bringing top-secret information to the U.S.
但是现任重庆市委和市政府必须反思并认真从王立军事件中吸取教训。
In the same year, Bo was stripped of his official position and later sent to prison. By August 2020, the historic U.S. Consulate General in Chengdu has closed and Xi Jinping has become China's top leader, but the struggle within the Chinese Communist Party will not stop. After Xi came to power, Jiang and Zheng created a lot of trouble for him. The trial of Jiang Zheng's followers is another warning and reprimand from Xi. No one knows what will happen next in Chinese politics. Who will lose, who will win, who will die, and who will live. According to mainland media reports, Lai was born in 1962 and grew up in a poor Jiangxi rural village. Lai's family had 5 children and the family was very poor, but Lai was the one who could read the most and was the first university student in the village. In 1979, Lai was admitted to Jiangxi University of Finance and Economics as the top student in Beijing City. Lai has repeatedly described to the media that because of his family's difficulties, he relied on a monthly scholarship of 21.5 RMB to finish college. Later in his life, Lai clinged on to the most powerful people in the CCP and enjoyed exclusive wealth and status, but at the age of 58, it was still fate that determined his life. Either he dies or he spends the rest of his life in prison. If Lai could turn back time, will he be willing to make a new choice in his life? Thank you for watching this video. We will continue to provide unbiased and in-depth coverage on China. If you are interested in our content, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted when we post new videos. This has been China Observer, and we hope to see you next time.